So first what I want to do is find the centre of our timber. So I'm just going to mark that centre, try and keep it in the centre. Okay. Our timber is 44mm thick, so I'll just come across, offset that, 22. There we are. So first I'll mark that line. There. Put my timber on their section and I'll just put a dot. Just put a dot there, remove it. And I'll mark my line. From there we'll square it across. So, there. So my joint is coming straight into that section there. Also need, while we're at it, because I'm putting that in there to make sure I make no mistakes, I'll put my face marks. Face side, face edge, same on there. Face side, face edge. So I'll always be working from face side and face edge. Right, here I'll just come back about 1mm to allow that bit of waste for cleaning up and put a dot. There's my dot again there. I'll square that around. Right, the mortise and tenon, what you've got to do is divide the width of your timber by 3. So the timber is 30mm thick, so you divide it by 3, that'll give you 10mm. Right. First what I'll do, I'll set my mortise gauge to width of my chisel. If you can see that. There's a light. There we are. Once I've got that set, I'll just check it. Make sure I've come in 10mm there. There we are, 10. 10 on the other side. That'll give me a sense of my timber. Right. When I'm marking it, I'll make sure my combination square goes to the face side, and I'll let the arrows face me and I'll mark away. There. I'll turn the timber over. Mark again. Always making sure I stay in touch with the face side. And so we can see it, I'll put a pencil line down there. And on the other side. That's your mortise, so I'll be taking that out. That's my waste material, so I'll shade that in now. Right, that's my mortise marked. Okay. Now I come to mark the tenon. Obviously, because that's got to fit in there, I have to take the cheeks out so that the tenon can fit in that way. So again, making sure that I use the combination, the marking gauge on the face again, and I'll mark. I've already come back the width of my timber, so I'm okay with that. And again, I'll just put a pencil line so I can see what I'm doing. These cheeks I'll have to remove, so I only want the tenon. So because that's the waste, again, I'll shade it out. Okay, you can clearly see, there's my mortise, that's my tenon. That hopefully should line up there. Yes. start cutting your mortise first. So firming the vise. We use a mortise chisel. You see that it's a lot thicker than most of the standard chisels because we can use this to lever the waste out of the timber. It's a thicker chisel. Right. And mallet. Okay. Right. So when we start, don't go right to the edges. Come in about 4mm on the edge from there. So I start my starting point there. Come in about 4mm each side. Okay. Now I can start taking it out from there. So just lever it. I'm only going to come halfway through there, then I'll take out some of the debris inside. Now I've done that, I can start taking out some of the debris out of the middle. Just take some of that out. Just get rid of some more of that. Right, reason why we leave that waste on there is that I can lever, that is waste, so I don't, when I've finished my joint, I want a clean cut there, but I leave the waste on purposely, so I can lever onto there and get all the debris out of the joint. Once I've gone halfway through, there, turn around, come through from the other side. Same process. Come in, about 4 each side. Then you start taking it from some centre. When you're coming through, just don't force the chisel all the way through, or else it'll damage the joint on the other side. So we take out that middle bit. Right, and we'll clean out the middle bit there. There we are. That's our mortise cut. Now here with our tenon, that's our waste. We've got to cut the cheeks off that so we can get that joint now. Right, use some tenon saw. So what we'll do, we cut into our waste side of the material. So we start our cut. Let's do that side so you can see something right. So I'll start, put it back 3 times. Then I'll cut, get as close to my pencil line as I can. Blow the dust away. If you look carefully, you'll still see my pencil line. Don't move the pencil line, keep that pencil line in. Turn it around, same thing again. Cut on the waist side again. Right, once I've done that, put timber back in the vise. This time I'll keep it straight, so I'll just cut down to my lines. we need to remove our cheeks off each side there. So we follow the lines again. That's our cheeks removed. So now we've got to make that fit. We've got to make that tenon fit into that mortise. Right? So if we need to, we'll reduce the width. Use a chisel. Just take a bit down. Okay, it's part of our mortise and tenon. Notice the face sides are still up where we've done our marking from. So I'll just cut some wedges to go into there. And there's no problem with the waste sticking through there, can always clean it off after. So I'll just cut some wedges for there. Right, with the cheeks that we cut off, keep the cheeks. We keep the cheeks, we can use those to make our wedges for each side. So we keep the cheeks. And I'll use one of those to start making my wedges. Hang it for a minute. Right, to make our wedge room, come back roughly about 4mm. Keep chisel on the angle. That's all I've done, I've just made wedge room there. Back on the other side. Our wedges for the cheeks, if we measure over about 10mm, there, so I need to cut from 10 to nothing, cut across that way. So from the end, come across 10. First wedge, and then I'll come straight down this way. Second wedge. Right. So now we'll put that together. See, I've allowed for the wedge room. So when I put the wedges in there, that'll hold the joint secure. There we are. Wedge in there. And the wedge in there. Right, so what we have to do is got to knock these wedges in. Don't knock it in all on one side. You've got to go from one to the other. Don't knock it in all one side, one to the other. So 1, 2. Okay. With the waste, as we spoke earlier, I can always cut that off and finish the job off. So I'll just remove that waste. Set gone, and I'll plane that up. Right. Set your plane for a fine cut, and then we'll just plane the end grain. that up. Sand there. One complete mortise and tenon.